Using logic trace, I'm going to trace out a Rubik's Cube diagram. I'll be using the line command in logic trace for quite a bit of this diagram because of all the straight lines. And the first thing here I traced out was the perimeter of the diagram, the outside perimeter. Straight lines are really easy to trace because you're just touching a few spots and the computer fills it all in. The thing here is to use a large diagram. This diagram is about 16 or 17 inches square. The bigger the diagram, the easier it is to trace. I'll also be using the trace command here too for some of these parts. Another good point here I'd like to bring up is that I save my work frequently. When you save your work, the program creates a second copy with a format called TLG. So if you want to take a break and stop tracing, you can load that file the next day or 2 days later and you'll be able to pick up right where you stopped tracing. Very simple, very quick, and it's a great tool. I wanted to show here that by tracing out this file with logic trace and creating a DXF format, that file can be used in a lot of processes. In this first case, I'm going to use this file. It's going to go through Corel, it's going to go through Roland VersaWorks and into a Roland vinyl printer, and I'm going to print out a tote bag with this graphic on it in full color. The tote bag print is about 9.5 inches by 10 and very colorful. In the second case, I'm going to engrave this file by using a 100-watt fiber Mopa laser. What you're going to see here, you're going to see the detail going from a 16 or 17 inch square diagram down to metric 80 millimeters by 45 millimeters. The detail is just amazing. I just can't believe it. The 100-watt fiber Mopa laser is quite new to me. I just received it a short time back, so I'm still qualifying and still learning how to run it. Mind you, a lot of YouTubes are available. That helps a lot. There's a lot of settings, a lot of variables, but it'll engrave steel and it'll cut some thin parts of steel too. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that using logic trace, you can produce a diagram. You can pretty well use it for any kind of a process, whatever you can imagine. But again, keep in mind, to get that kind of accuracy and get that kind of detail, have your diagrams large for tracing, like this Rubik Cube. The bigger the diagram, the more detailed and the better the tracing is going to be in the end. I get a lot of compliments on the tote bags. I made quite a few tote bags. Getting finished up here with the tracing, so I'll save my final file. I'll save it as a DXF format. Then I'm going to load that file into CorelDRAW. I'm going to create an AI format, and from there it goes into VersaWorks as an EPS format. A lot of formats. VersaWorks prepares the print for a print and a cut. Shown here, the Rubik Cube file is being printed out on the vinyl printer. It'll also go back into printer to be all cut out. Shown here, the graphic is weeded, and I'm getting ready to heat transfer it to a tote bag. Here I'm going to show another use for that DXF file which we traced out. I'm going to load that file into a fiber laser. This is my setup with the fiber laser. The next step is to load that file into Lightburn. Here I'll create the parameters for the engrave and size it because we have to put it into metric. I normally use the imperial format for all my tracings, but now with the fiber laser I have to switch to metric. The other interesting point is I'm taking that DXF file which I use Logic Trace for, and I'm shrinking it down to a file size that's about 2 inches by 2 inches square. Shown here, Lightburn does a preview on your actual piece that you're going to engrave. Very easy to do the alignment. This business card is an anodized piece of aluminum, black aluminum. I also programmed a second or third pass just for a cleanup. The cleanup passes use very low power. So here you can see the finished product. The business card looks good.